Hi Hector. So I got the knife done. So here's some of the details on it, and I'm going to move the camera around. I'm just going to do a quick and dirty video for you. I'm not going to be doing anything fancy like your friends over at Richard Head Longbow does. So it's down here. So here is the blade you sent and the handle that I've made. I used the boxwood that you sent, but by the time I had it turned down and got rid of the bark and everything else, I only ended up with about a max of about 1.75 inches that I could use here. At the very end is the same diameter, I think slightly larger than what you had here. All these dimensions on the handle are a bit bigger than you have in the drawing. That's because of the smaller handle. I made a mock-up, and this one here was a little bit wider at the bollocks, which I would have liked to have done if I could, but it just wasn't wide enough. So this looks a lot more like the drawing that you sent also, as you can see. But after I made this a lot like your drawing, I decided it was a bit too small in my hand. It kind of just was not quite enough. So I like this one much better. It kind of fits better. But so I turned it down. This little ring right here that remember I emailed you about, I thought it might be kind of in the way. Actually, it fits perfectly. It's right in between the fingers. So it acts as another little bit of an extra grip as I'm putting this through somebody. The hilt in the butt, I used brass, as you can see here. Show you some up close detail here. And I didn't want to polish it super shiny because you gave me this forged finish on the blade. So I want to maintain something along that same lines. I got that little bit here. The handle is I think like about 3/8 of an inch thicker for most of it. A little bit of a knot, a bit of a crack, and a little patch I did. And then in the tail end, I use hex like you mentioned. So I've got some detail in there. If I can get a clear shot of it. Ground the tang down at the end and put it through, cut it off about 1/8 inch proud, and peen that over. So that turned out pretty well. So the overall look looks pretty good. I just wished I could have done a little bit more on that. And so I think it turned out okay. I've never made one of these before, so this is my first try. I like that design too. It turned out pretty well. I also made it bent over a bit, so it's kind of cone shaped, so it holds on better. I think that was a good detail to use. So there you go. And then finished it all off, and I made a sheath for it also. So this has a wooden core, like a lot of them did. So now we're all set. So there you go. And your blade. So thanks for the blade, and here's your finished product. Okay, take care.